2 videos in a week? Wow, I really surpassed myself, didn't I? So I came across this article about a writer who told a really creepy story from his childhood, which then went viral on Twitter. So let's take a look at it together in case if you haven't heard of it before. The New York-based writer Grady Hendrix recalled a chilling incident from his childhood when he became convinced there was a strange man living in the walls of his home. But no matter what he did or said, his parents did not believe him until something truly disturbing happened. He begins by explaining that when he turned 9 years old, he realized that if he was careful, he could sneak downstairs at night when everyone was asleep and eat anything he wanted. I could make a peanut butter, eat leftover pizza, scrape off the icing from the birthday cakes. As long as I was careful, I could do anything, he said. One night in May 1981, we ordered from Fish and Shrimp House. I waited until everyone was asleep and crept downstairs to eat the leftover sweet and sour pork. It took forever. I finally stepped into the totally dark den and let down my guard. All of a sudden, I hear a fork click on the counter. I froze. The microwave clock light showed the outline of a man sitting at our kitchen counter. He continued. He couldn't see me, but I saw him, a skinny guy eating our leftovers and drinking our milk from the carton. I can't explain how terrifying it is for someone to be in your house. I slowly backed away, crept upstairs, and woke up my mom and dad. However, by the time he got his parents downstairs, the stranger was nowhere to be seen. Everyone said I read too many horror comics, so they blew off what I said. But no way was I pouring that milk on my cereal. Convinced he was right about the man, young Grady began keeping stock of where everything was in the kitchen when he went to bed. One day, the paper napkin holder was on the wrong side of the counter. Another day, a mug was in the sink that was not there the night before. My bedroom door didn't lock, so I kept a steak knife under my pillow. I must have stabbed myself in the hand 1,000 times, checking to make sure it was there. Then, a few months later, in August, he saw something in the air conditioning vent above his bed, and he knew he'd been right all along. I was in my room reading when I looked up, he recalls. There's an AC vent over my bed. Behind the vent, a pair of eyes were watching me. I freaked and raised hell until my parents searched our attic and the crawl space under our house. Nothing. I wasn't very popular for a few weeks. The last week of August, our house started to smell. One night, rice fell out of the vent over my bed. Maggots. The AC people said something had probably crawled into our vents and died. Turns out, what had crawled into our vents and died was the guy. We lived in an old house with lots of space between the walls and big ducts. He'd been living in them since May, at least. He'd put a foam pad beside my bedroom vent so he'd be comfortable while watching me. The police said he'd made lots of drawings, but when I asked, they pretended they hadn't said anything. No one ever identified him. He was buried as a John Doe. To this day, I can't look inside the vents in houses. Goodness gracious, that is definitely something I would not want to experience ever in my life. Let me know what you think about this. Do you really believe if it's true? I mean, he might have made it up. He is a writer after all, but who knows? Anyway, that is it for this video, and let me know if maybe you have experienced something similar in your childhood, or maybe even experiencing currently. Leave it all in the comments. I would love to read it. This is it for now, and I will see you in my next video.